I want to say AEW. Like, I enjoy the wrestling. I enjoy the pay-per-views every single month or so now, which, remember, there was a time we only did 4 of those a year? That seems
Yeah.
like forever ago.
Mhm.
But I think I have to go WWE. From the storytelling, from the business standpoint, they're moving to freaking Netflix, for crying out loud. Like, as big as Max is, it's still not Netflix. So I lean WWE here just because there have been more of those moments that storyline-wise you want to see paid off. You want to see those big moments. Little things like the New Day heel turn, like Dom turning heel as a heel. Things like that had that emotional impact on you. I go WWE here.
I think one of the reasons why you go WWE is because of the hole they had to dig out of around Vince McMahon. I think that Triple H has been able to take the bull by the horns, and he has been able to create the company the way he wants. It's one thing, guys, to be able to be on Netflix, and that's going to be exciting for the company in 2025. But I just think that the style that Triple H has brought to the table with the bloodline and the way he has a slow cook, slow burn for a lot of his storylines. He's shortened up the pay-per-views, 4 or 5 matches. He's got it the way he wants it right now, and the audience is adjusting, and they have not taken a step back. They are back in the pro wrestling business, and that's why WWE deserves all the credit.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's not to say everything's a home run. See,
Right.
Testament, final. No, thank you. And even I think some of the Wyatt Six stuff has kind of gotten away from them, and I respect them for trying that, but it's just really hard to, I think, do something like that without the guy whose idea it actually was, and Bray Wyatt, unfortunately. But I mean, between the bloodline somehow still being the best thing in all of professional wrestling and continuing that through line, I know we've complained at different times about Cody and how he hasn't necessarily been booked strong, but somebody like Gunther. I mean, we talk about making new stars. Like Gunther he's one of the very few that have come from NXT, has been presented in a way on the main roster, and has continued that dominance. And now as a champion, Rhea Ripley in what she has done. I'm sure we're going to get to a lot of these different people when we get to male and female, wrestlers of the year. But it's clearly
I'd throw,
WWE.
by the way, real quick on that, Braun Breaker. Throw him in that mix.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think they've done a really good job of elevating some different talent as well. AEW, there was a lot of ups and downs, I think, throughout the course of the year. They certainly hit some high notes with, the retirements of Sting and Bryan Danielson and some of that storytelling around then, certainly hit some high notes, but there are also a lot of lulls in there. So to me, it can't be AEW. I look at WWE. Again, you mentioned the business aspect of it and what they got from Netflix, NBC, Universal, from, doing now, back to Monday night main or Saturday night main events and having, 4 of those, 1 a quarter going forward as well. You can't forget about NXT being on CW. That's a big deal for them as well. So WWE, to me, it's a runaway for promotion of the year.
The other thing, too, is that from AEW standpoint, the reason why it's not AEW for me is because they're going through a slump as far as their creative is concerned. They need a next act after CM Punk. That's as simple as I can put it. There was some must-sees with Sting and a few others throughout the years of AEW, but a lot of the injuries hurt them. It was good to see Kenny Omega in a kind of a vignette where people say, look for Kenny Omega in 2025. But some of the guys they used to hit on that were must-see are just not around. And so they're just trying to figure out what can strike hot for this company. The reason why the attendance is down, or if you believe the ratings are real, the reason why it's down is because it's not about the wrestling. It's about the attractions and the stories. They're just trying to come out from underneath and try to get better in that in 2025.